A lot of my work it's really drawing from my imagination, but it's not like surreal or anything, but it's putting together landscapes and figures in unexpected ways. And it's always got a real strong narrative in it because I'm really drawn to the storytelling part of art. My work has a lot of pattern in it and it has a lot of color. When I was in college, I was really influenced by when I first discovered Japanese art. I often go back to just making patterns or compositions that feel Japanese to me. I'm not Japanese. It's only been my exposure to Japanese art that was so formative for me, and especially Japanese prints. And so now I go back to that with printmaking, and I circled back to printmaking many years out of college. One thing that people always say about my work is, oh, you do so many different things and you have different styles. And I'm pretty much like, yeah, at this point I'm just going to do whatever I want. So it's some of this and it's some of that, and I'm trying to bring it all together. When I first get an idea for a new piece, I'll just keep playing with it until I find the story that's in it and can put all the pieces together, and I just keep doing small doodles and sketches and stuff until I feel like, oh, I think this has legs, I'm gonna run with this one. Now that I'm working a little bit bigger, that's more of an undertaking. But get it up there full scale and then just keep developing it, and drawing is really important to me. Even though I'm trying to simplify and abstract more, I still think that printmaking is essentially a drawing-based medium, and it's just really important to me that I bring as much skill and thought to that initial drawing and design phase of the print. Once you have your idea and know where you're going, you're choosing everything deliberately. What technique am I going to use? What paper am I going to use? You've got to know what your palette is. What are my ink choices going to be? So you have to make those choices for every single project that you do. Once I do all of that, then it's just a matter of working the steps with printmaking, because printmaking is indirect. There's all the thinking and the conceptualizing and the drawing up front, but then making the final image, it's like if I was painting it, the paint would just go right on the canvas and I could scrape it and move it around and paint over it and do all of those things that are just real direct marks. But what I'm doing as a printmaker is you have to think it out and put it on a plate first, and then put it on a piece of paper. So there's all these steps that happen that influence the way your final image looks. When you do something in a series, the first one always looks very different than the last one you do, because by the time you get to the last one, you've figured it out. So, right now I'm working on this very imprecise technique called pressure printing. And that is, typically you put ink on a plate and you put your paper right down into it. And instead, put your ink on your plate and you put your paper down, but then you put your, whatever's gonna make your image behind your paper. And then you put it through the press. And so when you pull it up, what you see is like a shadow of what was here. Pretty simple. It'll do irregular things to the way the ink hits the paper around whatever your image was. And this is a good example of that, where then you put this blue layer on, and I could not predict how that was going to be impacted by what came before or what's already on the paper. And it just feels very much like it's like a metaphor for life. Every step that you take influences the next step, but not in a way that you thought it was going to. I make prints like a painter, and I think like a painter, and I love this way of working. I like working with tools and just the kind of problem solving that uses a different part of my brain. And I like the community of printmakers too, because painting is very solitary, you know, very solitary. I have so much compassion for the displaced people around the world, and I feel something when I look at photographs and when I watch the news, and it really stirs up my all my emotion, and I'm frustrated that I can't do anything. I mean, as an artist, like, what can I do? I am processing how I feel about these world events through the art that I make. And it's not always as specific. Sometimes it starts to spin off, like the first piece maybe had specific ties, but then I'll make another and another and another, and it begins to become more, so many steps away, it becomes more abstracted from that original idea or that original event maybe that inspired it. I did a whole series about people sleeping outside, you know, which can be camping in our first world understanding, or it could be because you don't have any place else to sleep. When I think about people who are displaced, or, you know, people walking, a lot of my pieces have people walking. This piece, I wanted it to be bigger. I wanted it to reflect a broader kind of scene. The colors go from darkness to light, from dark sky to light sky. There's a body of water, there's an island, there's crossing over, there's another larger place, there's a horizon. There's lots of horizons, and the roads kind of go over the horizons. And because I'm trying to keep it just more simple, more abstracted, you know, it does inspire you to ask, like, who are they and where are they going and where did they start? I mean, these are the questions I'm asking as I'm working and trying to figure out what's the story in the piece.